Hell yeah. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing this Sunday? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Thank you for joining us on M&C Mornings, episode 7. We've got a really good show for you guys. Mooch is trying to pay attention to M&C Mornings while paying attention to the New York Giants playing in London, of all places.
Yeah. They love us because they love NFL football over there, according to Roger Goodell.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's all politics. They're trying to expand their brand and put a team over there eventually. That's what they say. But I couldn't imagine the type of disadvantage that would put certain teams at, you know what I mean, going over to London, once a year or whatever.
That whole thing's a mess, and this is what happens. It happens a lot with everyone can realize this from their local hometown. When you have a restaurant, pizzeria does really well, all of a sudden they're like, you know what we need? Another 5 of these. And then all of a sudden the quality drops like a lead balloon. So it's the same thing here. Just keep it in the States, people. There's really no need for that. Listen, there's a lot of Americans that like soccer teams over there. We just watch them with a satellite now. Now with the internet, the world is so small. You can watch the NFL on the internet. We can watch soccer games in Europe on the internet. So or satellite TV. So there's no need to do that. There's the good news. Rest easy, everybody. Twitter's not covering the Giants game today, so I am in a room where there is no football on. It is just my attention on gaming and M&C Mornings. But I will tell you this, guys. There's a lot to talk about this week, Crap.
There's a ton to talk about this week. It's been a pretty interesting week, considering like the past week was really kind of nothing much going on. Yeah. And this week we've got like so much going on and a lot of people excited. And, Crossfire went like 3 hours on Friday. You know, it's funny. We can start with that. That's really funny. I really, really find that interesting. A lot of people writing me saying how much they really enjoyed it. Crap. I mean, I got to tell you something. I'm going to sound like you. I don't usually talk views or thumbs and this and that, but Crossfire on Friday is already almost at 5,000 views. Yeah. It did very, very well. I want to thank everybody. To be honest with you, a couple of people wrote me, a handful, and they said, we don't care for long podcasts. And I said, you got to put a couple of long podcasts in there, in my personal opinion. I think you can't just have these short ones all the time. And we had 9 people, including myself, on the panel. And I thought it was handled quite well, right? Crap. I mean, there was a couple of moments where we were speaking over each other, but that's to be expected in a heated conversation. All in all, it was a great show. And what we'll do is we'll depict parts of Crossfire and Xbox Nation into what we're talking about is the plethora of media that hit big time this week. Everything from Mark Cerny's ridiculous comments, PSVR not doing as well in sales,
Sony scrambling, and Microsoft, of course, just more Gears information. Their ad campaign is getting stronger and stronger, and Microsoft is doing quite an offensive job on sales with their promotions at Best Buy and other brick and mortar stores.
Yeah, I saw like for those that like do stuff on Twitter, it's always good to follow Cheap Ass Gamer and places like that because they always tweet out like really good deals. And I saw that even yesterday, and then it's sold out, of course, so I don't know how many they had, but Newegg had this like 49-inch Ultra HD 4K TV with the Minecraft Xbox One bundle for $650. I mean, that is a really good deal, and we're going to be seeing a lot of those types of deals as we go along into the holiday season and things like that. So I'm really excited to see the adoption rate of 4K and things like that. So it's a very exciting time, and Microsoft is in the forefront of pushing the 4K, and I think that they should get the credit for that because they're doing a really good job. Like they've always done, like push the boundaries with tech and stuff. Even the original Xbox, that had a built-in hard drive, which was new at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? They had, they've done so much for the community. They took out, like at the time, people thought they were crazy for not allowing dial-up internet on their servers, and they're like, that's a bad experience. People need to get, a good internet connection. You need broadband.
Yeah,
right?
That's the thing. And don't get me wrong, you do have to watch your P's and Q's when you're talking about corporate America, making sure that they don't, step on the consumer's toes. But if you look back from the launch, which was, revealed in 2012, 2013 crap, all the way till today, and actually some of that was a great example you just pulled up right there, that basically Microsoft's had a lot of yes, it benefits them. They're going to, but they can't make money unless the consumer's happy in purchasing the product. I don't think people understand that. So when they had certain things in place that are scary DRM, it's like this DRM is worse than like the worst like medical outbreak term ever used. DRM is not that big of a deal, folks. And we're using DRM on a daily basis in our homes, whether it be your phones, your internet, whatever it may be. So you're connected all the time. Microsoft had some really great things and features to bring us up into the next generation, and we crapped on it back in 2013. And now we're slowly getting back to being okay with it. So, a lot of people are like, well, Microsoft did us wrong and this, that. They were actually the forefront. And you were just mentioning 4K gaming, okay? I was just telling crap off air, everybody. I don't know the logistics and the actual parameters, but double check your Best Buy ad. If you're in the market for a 4K TV this week, you walk in, you buy, I don't know if it's certain brands or just 4K in general, or maybe it's 1080p and better. You walk. Yesterday, I was there finalizing my bill, making sure everything was taken care of because I'm having some work done in the house. And I'll be honest with you guys, I saw at least 10 to 15 Xbox Ones going out the door with consumers buying 4K TVs. Like it was a madhouse. I'm sure some of that was early Christmas buying, but I'd never seen anything like it. So I asked my buddy, who's the manager over there. I go, "What is going on?" He's like, "This promotion deal, which actually is supposed to start today." He's like, we kind of kicked it off a day early. He's like, look at the Xbox. They had Xbox One stacked, and they were just handing them to people at the registers as they were buying TVs. Like, Xbox is going to kill this holiday. There's no PS4 Pro talk. The PS4 Pro is lost in translation. The consumer doesn't know that. Now, when you walk into Best Buy for the next 7 to 10 days, which don't think 7 to 10 days is a long time, you are going to be surprised. And people are walking out with a TV and an Xbox. It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
It is. And the fact is, I mean, but hold on. So people are going to get a 4K TV. Why wouldn't they be interested in the PS4 Pro? It's 8.4 teraflops, man.
It's 8.4 teraflops, right? According to Mark Cerny and his we always make fun of like confused or fuzzy math from the last elections. This is fuzzy math, what he's pulling on people. And number two, crap, let me answer your question with a real answer. The PS4 Pro doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player in it.
Yeah. So I mean,
why would I want it?
That's a negative as far as I'm concerned, because you're saying, okay, the future's 4K. 75% of gamers actually are still like, that's a little dirty little secret. Is 75% of gamers still like a physical media, and so we have Sony just going, oh well, you don't really get a choice. You can only stream it if your internet's good enough, which is very low percentage of people that actually have good enough internet to do that. And and they're like, no Blu-ray for you. And like I said, whenever I go into like Walmart or whatever, the ultra Blu-ray section, that's always picked clean. There's always like people buying that stuff. I see people tweeting out on Twitter they have that, because that's not compressed video. You know what I mean? Like that when you stream or whatever, that's compression. and it doesn't look as good. Like I've noticed that too. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it is what it is. It's like sometimes, like, I know I'm old school, but I like CDs and stuff. You know, I download music as well, but it's always compressed and the files are low. Like whenever I can, I get the biggest file size available because it always sounds better,
Right.
when it's not compressed or whatever. But yeah, Mark Cerny absolutely needs something, or needs like a PR person over. Remember when Microsoft like kept putting their foot in their mouth? Like they would go to NeoGAF and they would say things. They would do an interview and say things, and it would contradict other things and do other things. Mark Cerny is like, I don't know. And I don't know if he's doing this on purpose or maybe he's just not smart enough to really grasp what's going on. But he's going around and he did that Eurogamer interview and he's like, well, you know, what developers can do is they can just, you know, cut the bits in half. You know, we'll go from a 32-bit to 16 bits, and that'll double the T-flops. And so you have fanboys running with this, thinking that the PS4 Pro is
let me, and crap, I don't want to interrupt you, but you said something about fanboys right there, and this is something that I have to harp on. I need the audience to listen to this. I need the people who like us to listen to this, and I need the people that don't like us to listen to this. This is what I've been trying to say to you. It's not that I'm a proponent or a fan of console wars, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Console wars have been out for a long time. Now, hear me out. Here's Mark Cerny, a very quiet talking mouse that should be held up in a lab, comes out, and there's people who are speculating because of an indie game that it could reach this type of magnitude. And what does he do? Instead of coming out and telling everybody, stop, calm down, because he was just quoted. We talked about this on Crossfire, crap, remember? He was just quoted a couple of days ago on Dual Shockers, I believe, saying that it was a 4.2 teraflop. And then he comes out and does the Eurogamer and goes to 8.4. This is the console war. This is the developers. This is Sony. This is Microsoft, all playing a part in the console wars. So when you see executives being like, you kids are foolish, you YouTubers are crazy, but yet they're the ones throwing a lot of fuel on the fire. Why didn't Mark Cerny do what Phil Spencer did? Rod Ferguson came out before the Xbox One S was launched, or just after it was, and said this thing has a little bit more juice under the hood than the original Xbox One Fat. Phil Spencer took no more than 12 to 24 hours to come out and do a public announcement that he said Rod was talking about something that he's personally working on and tweaking on under the coalition.
Yeah. As
far as we are concerned, and as the consumer is concerned and Microsoft is concerned, the Xbox One S is essentially the exact same box as you have in your house. Crushed all the fanboy shit, crushed the wars. Mark Cerny takes somebody on these guys on NeoGAF and all this other nonsense. He comes out and he puts fuel to the fire. Now he's got these idiots running around being like, told you it was 8.4. Listen, here's the thing. To anybody who's running with the 8.4, first of all, you sound ridiculous. You might as well run outside your house and tell everybody the earth is flat. The other thing is this. If that's what, and if you want to believe that fuzzy math,
people do.
They do. If you want to believe that fuzzy math, then by those same numbers, I believe the Scorpio's at 12 teraflops. Yes. So it's all relative. It's all relative.
Yeah. Either way, PS4 Pro loses.
Yeah. No matter how you slice it. So this is what I'm saying. Crap. This is the stuff people think. Me and you had a console war. We're discussing what is the console war. You can't argue with me that today is Sunday in New York. Okay, where I'm sitting right now is Sunday, and as sure as shit as it's Sunday, there is a console war, and it's not going to go away because Scorpio's coming out, or the Pro, or PS5. It's not going away. So what these developers and what all these producers and all these executives need to understand is you guys are actually playing it. When you have the Titanfall dev doing the disc thing, and then the Respawn reiterates the disc thing with the wrong logo on it, and then you have Cerny coming out and feeding NeoGAF rumors. Is that me doing that? No. I'm reporting it. Where's the media? Yeah. Where's the media going up to Cerny being like, Cerny, even though you did say that, and technically that's true, but you'll never do anything like that, but technically that's true. Aren't you kind of sparking the console war a little bit by your actions and your motives by speaking to this? And I would like to hear what he has to say. Where's the journalism? There is no journalism. So, I
I would love to see somebody call out any of the double standards like what we do. And I would love to have, as much as I don't, like on my channel, I don't do like debates because I think they're kind of pointless.
It's pointless.
Like say I would debate some big PlayStation guy with a lot of fan base. At the end of the debate, my fans are going to be like, man, Crap Gamer really won that. His fans are going to be like, Oh, phone call. We got somebody on the line right there.
Take a call.
MNC Mornings. What's up? How you doing?
All right.
Greetings.
Okay. Hey, Mooch and Crab. This is Greg from South Dakota. Hey, just wanted to let you know I'm on board with you with the media bias. I just saw the other day Digital Foundry did a comparison between Xbox One PS4 version of Battlefield 1. And they said that the resolution for PS4 was a little bit better and the frame rates for Xbox One was a little bit better. So I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that. Personally, I'd rather have frame rates over resolution, but overall they said the PS4 version was better. I think it's total crap. What do y'all think? Bye.
No, that's a great question.
That is, and I actually wrote this down this morning because people were tweeting me. So Digital Foundry did a comparison on Battlefield 1 between Xbox One and PS4. Xbox One had a steadier frame rate across the board. PS4 had a lot of frame rate problems. They're both dynamic resolution, I believe, but they said that the dynamic was a little bit higher at points on PS4, and so they glossed over the frame rate thing, and then they're just like, well, get it on the PS4, it's better. You know what I mean? So, which is odd because Digital Foundry, after Xbox Scorpio was announced, one of their big things that they put out was, in the future, games are going to be graded on a lot more things than pixel count, and here they are grading games on pixel count. So, I mean, that goes in line with what we've been saying all along. It's the media bias and the double standards are a real thing. And if you don't believe me, like I said, what I was saying before we had that call was, even though I'm not a big debate person, I would love to just get a sensible PlayStation fan and just say, do you see the double standards?
Yeah.
Do you not see that after E3, Microsoft announced 2 consoles and the media said the Xbox One S was dead on arrival because they announced the Scorpio, and it was over at that time almost 2 years out, like a year and a half, right?
Crap. If you found a sensible Sony fan that you're talking about to have a debate, if there was a such thing, that person would actually just end up they would just agree with us.
Yeah,
that's the only way they'd be sensible.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess that's what I'm looking for. One that says, hey, you know what? Mooch and Crap are right on this, But, yeah, because, look, and then when Sony announced they have an event, right, and we all knew that there was a Slim and a Pro, and they're coming out within 2 months of each other, not one media outlet said, did the PS4 Pro announcement kill the PS4 Slim? But, in fact, it did happen because their PS4 Slim was such a debacle. You know what I mean? It was so inferior, Not one big media site. There's some smaller ones. Shout out to Xbox Mad and Dre for pointing out the fake HDR nonsense.
Yeah.
But none of the big media called it out.
You think any of this Cerny stuff will get kiboshed in the upcoming weeks?
Oh, wow. You could tell you're doing a good show when people call in. We haven't even given out the name or anything or said phone lines open and people are calling in.
No, that's fine.
Mornings.
Call in. Lines are always open.
Hello.
Mooch and Crap, what is up, brothers? What is up? This is Dirk Griggity, or as y'all call me,
Diggity.
Thanks for having me on once again. Fellas, I just want to talk about there's 3 things that I am not looking forward to for the next year. One got to be that Nintendo Switch. I know you guys said, there's a possibility that you might get it, because it seems like to me there's more and more stuff coming out about this thing, and I think by the time it comes out, it's going to be dead on arrival, man. I really think stupid. Just my opinion, it's stupid, it's horrible, and I think Nintendo is just, I don't know what the hell is going on with them. 2 is the PS4 Pro. I can't wait for E3 because as soon as this crap comes out, we're going to hear the media's, oh my God, the media is going to be kissing their ass so greatly. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this. The PS4 Pro version is 1800p. I just don't. I'm not looking forward to that shit, man. I really not, because the media is really going to be kissing Sony ass for the next, at least to E3. I think when E3 comes and Microsoft shows their stuff, it'll be great. And last but not least, the last thing I'm not looking forward to is this PSVR. I know it's already out. I know it's not selling that great right now, but you're going to keep on having these guys saying, oh man, this, like JKB, who I like, but just the experience is great. Who fuck VR, man? And I feel even if Microsoft did the VR, no one would care.
Right.
Like Moose said, it's just not ready yet. It's not ready yet. I'm sorry, it's not, man. And it's way too expensive. One last thing I haven't heard anything about this PS4, original PS4 and the Slim HDR. Have you guys heard anything? I know the Deus Ex and NBA 2K17 is supposed to support it, but I haven't heard anything. That's all I got, fellas. Thanks.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to speak to Diggity for that. Thanks for the call, first of all. Yeah. Second of all, to be honest with you, let's go in reverse here. Let's talk about what he was talking about. First of all, the PS4 vanilla, he was talking about crap with the HDR. Remember we said was basically
HDR
debunked.
graphics.
Right, yeah, HDR graphics. Hope you like that start screen in HDR. Listen, Sony's doing the same. This is the same crap that's going on with Mark Cerny right now. Is the same things that we're talking about with this PS4 vanilla HDR. It's non-existent, and it's smoke and mirrors, folks. I think a lot of you are tuning in. I even think a lot of PlayStation fans are starting to hear us and then doing their own homework and finding out. I'm getting less and less. People always say, "Oh, I get a lot of hate." Like JKB came on Crossfire and he goes, "I get so much hate when I come on, a pro Xbox channel." That hate is dwindling, or it's just the same person with 85 sock accounts. The reason they're dwindling, crap, is they're losing steam. Sony is now, like you said, I don't know if you said it earlier in the show or you said it just before we went live. Sony's putting their foot in their mouth, a lot like what Microsoft was doing in 2012, 2013. Yeah. And they're going to get caught on this. So that's nonsense. The other thing is PSVR is overpriced, and it's not there yet. And that goes for Sony, and that goes for Microsoft. That doesn't mean if Microsoft puts out an Xbox One S headset, I'm buying one tomorrow. I mean, if it was $100 or $199 and it came with 20 games, then I'll talk to you then. I have to see when but that's not going to happen. Phil already said he won't do anything for the Xbox One S. Scorpio, yes.
Yeah.
Xbox One S, no. And here's the thing, folks. Sony also didn't plan to give it to you for the PS4 Slim or the vanilla. They wanted this thing for the PS4 Pro. And they can't, but they don't want to let the 40 million customers they got crap not get in on this VR, right? So they don't care if you go give them $600 for a shitty experience. So Sony's just getting they're putting their foot in their mouth. They've got product out there that's just not up to par yet. And the PS4 Pro, the media can say whatever they want. It doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player in it, and it's literally stuck between what the quality of the PS4 vanilla and the Scorpio is. And I'm sorry, when you're in the middle with such a short duration of time, if it was 2 years, that would be something substantial for the Pro. You're only talking about 10, 11 months till Scorpio comes out. They're just trapped in the middle, and I'm telling you right now, the Pro is going to be just as devastating. Don't go by initial reports, everybody. Everybody goes, "Oh my God, Mooch, you were wrong. Look, they sold 1 million out the gate." Yeah, every enthusiast does. Everything does that. The Chia Pet sold really well the first year. No one's buying Chia Pets anymore. It's just fans and things like that kick off. Scorpio, everyone knows is coming, and Microsoft's going to be talking about Scorpio from January 1st, 2017 to the day it launches. Yeah. People will know a superior product's on the way.
Well, fads, like, they can sell a lot in a short period of time. Look at the Kinect on 360. That hit the world record, and that was only $150. You know what I mean? I think it sold like 8 or 13 million in the first month, or 60 to something like that, but it broke the records, and it ended up selling around 30 million and really did well for Xbox 360. But what was well for the casuals wasn't well for everybody else, Right. Same thing with the Wii, right? That thing really was a shooting star because the first few years it hit, it sold extremely well, and then really started to hit a spiral because it wasn't an HD console, and you had HD come out well in advance. Like had the Wii been a thing a couple years earlier, that thing maybe would have sold 150 million, just because people were used to the lower resolution. We all had like the CRT TVs and things like that. It wasn't. I think I got my first HD TV in 2007. So about that time, I think, is when people started adopting the HD TVs a lot more. So like I had my 360 running on a CRT for the first year and a half, 2 years.
Right.
So, and I think that we're starting to see like the higher adoption to 4K. It's going much faster to 4K. Like I know people with 4K TVs. It's like I didn't know anybody with an HD TV when I got mine.
That's why I said the same thing to you, crap, when we were in the the negative backspin of what was going to be when new hardware was coming out before we knew about Scorpio. And it's the same thing I say to you now and I say to the audience about 4K TVs. And I listen to them. You don't believe me? Go to IGN or go to any of these knuckleheads that are out there broadcasting in San Francisco, and they're like, "Well, I don't even have a 4K TV yet, Craig, and I don't plan on buying one." You're a liar. You're a flat out liar. Why would you be in the gaming industry, right? You're a gaming media reporter. You have your own YouTube channel. You have over 100,000 subscribers, and you're not going to go spend $700 on a 4K TV? I mean, do you understand what that? I mean, there's people that are real estate agents that are driving Mercedes that they can't afford just so they look good when they pull up to their house for namesake purposes in real estate. You need that 4K TV to compete in your field. So this is just ridiculous. 4K is today. 1080p was yesterday. It's dead.
Yep. And we got a caller. M&C Mornings. What do you want?
What do you want?
Hey, Mooch, hey, Kraft, it's Joseph. I got another question for you guys. Almost similar to the question I asked last week about Red Dead. Now that we finally got the trailer for the Red Dead Redemption 2, the media has been really crazy about the PS4 Pro version is going to be the better version. And I don't know if you guys saw when Microsoft showed the Red Dead Redemption trailer. I don't know if anyone read, but on the bottom it said, "Watch the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer," and it said coming to Xbox systems, meaning plural. I'm guessing a Scorpio edition. So what's your thoughts on that?
Okay, well, obviously this thing releasing, they have it at fall, which is a good question. And they tend to delay some of their games, Rockstar. So I got a feeling that this thing's going to come out right around the time Scorpio does, and I think that we're going to see a native 4K Xbox Scorpio version, and people are gonna, hey Mooch,
yeah.
You know what I find funny is people are all hyping up 4K capabilities and checkerboard rendering on the PS4 Pro, but then they still doubt Xbox Scorpio's 4K capabilities, right? To me, that's absolutely hilarious. You don't even got to be a super tech guy to understand that what Sony's using is parts that are out now. Yeah. Microsoft has parts in there that aren't even out yet. Yeah. So I mean, and people are are doubting the 4K-ness. I don't understand that.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna just scroll up here in our DMs crap from last night. I don't know if you saw it, but Tim Dog sent out something to all of us saying shots fired. Xbox.com, the official Xbox, has a picture up last night of Project Scorpio. And it's it just ran down all of the most powerful console ever, 6 teraflops, native 4K, high fidelity VR experience, right? Listen, I got news for you guys. Anyone that doesn't believe me, stay tuned to E3 2017 and just keep track of all the non-pictures of hugs and handshakes between Phil and his staff and Yoshida and his. It's war, folks. Yeah. It is all-out war because when Cerny comes out and talks ridiculous like that, that gives Microsoft. It's almost like when you're the defense in football and you go off sides just before the whistle or the call's played. You get a free call. You get a free play, right? You just chuck the ball downfield because the ball's going to come back regardless. Hear me out. When Sony and Cerny puts their foot in their mouth like that, that gave Microsoft a free pass to throw a football down for a touchdown, and they scored with that last night. So my point being here is that this is the nonsense. You're not going to see any of this kumbaya bullshit in 2017 E3, or if you do, it'll be extremely mild. Extremely mild.
Well, what's interesting is I think Microsoft is going to, because they're all for the open thing or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if Vive and Oculus are both compatible with the Xbox Scorpio. It makes sense. You know what I mean? If Microsoft really wants to, geez, we got a lot of callers today.
I love it. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to talk about, crap. These are issues. These are issues that bother people.
I know. M&C Mornings. Hello. What do you want?
Hey guys, Xbox One here from Twitter. First of all, Mooch, the last Crossfire was freaking on fire, man. That was fucking badass.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's say you're Phil Spencer, Mike Ibarra, Aaron Greenberg, all those guys together sitting at a table, and you see all this bullshit about the 8.4 teraflop, and the media is not shutting it down. And what the hell do you do? I mean, how do you go up against all this bullshit with the media? All right, guys, take care. Bye.
Crap,
That's a good question.
that's an outstanding point. Okay, now you have Cerny comes out, makes this ridiculous claim. As true as it is, it's fuzzy math, people. It's
It
not
is.
realistic. Games are not coming out on the Pro based upon the fuzzy math that Cerny provided Eurogamer. Okay, this technology's been out since what, 2002, 2003, with all.
Yeah,
gaming
actually,
systems.
yeah, even a little bit beforehand.
Right.
There was a way of doing this, but it would be like, you know. See, like the bit thing is fuzzy. Like we really need a tech guy. Like hell, this is something that I told Hellheimer. I'm like, dude, why aren't you doing videos on this on your channel? You can explain it much better than I can.
Right.
But it's like we used to all care about bits, you know, like 16-bit. Then the Dreamcast was 128 bits. You know what I mean? And so was the PS2. And now we're back down to using like 64-bit systems, you know what I mean? Because it's like things change. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily like the most bits wins or anything like that. But it's like you can't like cut your stuff, and they're basically cutting the pizza in half and saying, here's 2 pizzas now. You know, it doesn't really work like that. So one company, an indie game, did this to get better performance out of it, but it's not true 8.4 teraflops in the way that that it is, say, a 4.2 teraflops or whatever, 8.4 or whatever. So it's like, and by that same math, like Microsoft, like right now, you could do the same thing with the Xbox One, and that would be 2.6 teraflops, but nobody's doing that. You know what I mean? Like there's certain tricks and stuff that certain devs can do. Like look at we had the Don on, right? And he was talking about Rise. They use like the tiled resourcing and stuff like that, but it's very time consuming, and not a lot of developers are doing that, you know? Same thing with like the PS4 Pro. People are going to checkerboard that, and what's funny, what the caller just mentioned was how is Microsoft going to deal with the media? That's the hard part, because this is what you have. You want Sony putting doubt into people's minds. So they're running with this 8.4 number. I got flooded with people saying 8.4, it's over for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right? Like because now there's that doubt. And then you also get stuff like Sony constantly saying a 4K gaming, right? And then they think if they say 4K enough that people are going to be stupid enough to believe that it's 4K. Now, here's the thing, and I don't want to give Sony credit, but obviously games are going to look good on the console, right? But they're not. That's not native 4K. It's very misleading to say that it is
1080p and 900p.
Yeah, it is.
But worse.
It is, because look, here's the hilarious thing. Everybody gave so much shit about, wow. M&C mornings.
We got to get back to what he said, though, because the media is allowing Cerny to say that, which makes it sound like it's okay.
Crap, really like the new intro you got there, riding them pony, breaking them legs. I just wanted to start off on a little bit of a rant myself. I used to work for GameStop, and they didn't really have disparity. They wanted to push the PS4 like fucking crazy, which is kind of annoying to me. Even the bosses there fucking did that shit. But now I just went in the other day, picked up an ad of theirs. The entire thing is almost Xbox. They have 3 to 4 games of PS4 in there, which is fucking hilarious, because they're marketing Farm Simulator 17, because that's what everybody wants to fucking play right now, right? So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on what happened. I heard the next podcast, they brought up some good points about what Mark Cerny said, and I know you talked a little bit about it. But the Don made a few good points on explaining it, the fact that he's a dev, and big shout out to those guys, because that was a very intelligent talk about that. So if I can get your takes on that, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
All right. Yeah, good call. Yeah, you know, the Mark Cerny stuff is funny, because then you have, again, and I just want to go back because I don't want to lose my train of thought with that, because you have them saying 8.4, and then you have the Sony fans running with that, not realizing that, you know, technically they can do that. Microsoft can do that on the Xbox One. They can do that on Xbox Scorpio. You know what I mean? So no matter how you slice it, the hardware that's going to be in the Scorpio is far more advanced than what's in the PS4 Pro, especially if you're looking at the Vega and Zen as opposed to like the Polaris Tech or whatever. So you're looking at a better CPU as well, and you're looking at 12 gigs of memory, and like, what is that, over 320 gigs of memory bandwidth, which is really, really important. You know what I mean? So I think that that's something that you can't really take away from that either. Like, and high fidelity VR, it's like if you can use Oculus or Vive, that would be the much better option. You know, if you're gonna you're gonna like. Here's the thing: if you're gonna spend, let's say next year, right, to get a PS4 Pro and PS4 VR, which is low end VR, you got to spend $1,000. Now imagine you can spend that same $1,000 and get a Scorpio and Oculus or you know what I mean? Like that makes much more sense to me, and that's why I think Sony's going to be in trouble. And I just think that especially like in America and UK and like Brazil and all these places that are really catching on to Xbox now, they know they're waiting. You know, people are going to wait. Like, why waste your money now when you can next year get the best?
There's people in our chat, not today necessarily, but just in general, that argue with us on the Sony side that don't even have a PS4. So my point being with that is and I'm speaking to all you Sony fans that are out there listening to this show, why are you going out next year within the next upcoming 4 to 6 weeks and buying a Pro? What game are you going to play that's going to give you this amazing? People are like, NBA 2K is going to stop. Just stop it. NBA 2K looks fantastic on the PS4 vanilla and the Xbox One S. You're not going to get home after spending $400 more, pop the game in and be like, yes, now I can actually see, a bald spot on an NBA player. No, that's not going to happen. The game looks amazing already. My point is you're not getting that graphical boost, and you need to see a first-party game. You need to use the first party has to develop the game to make the hardware shine. Next year when Scorpio comes out, you're going to have Crackdown 3. You're going to have Scalebound. In these games, Microsoft's already got their hand over the button to activate Gears of War 4 crap. Gears of War 4 is going to be stunning in 4K 60 next year on the campaign. You'll play the whole game all over again. Sony has no plans for any first-party games. Maybe just The Last of Us. You've already played it 8 times.
And we got a caller. MNC Mornings. What's up?
Hey, Mooch. Hey, crap. This is Mass Murder here again, the PlayStation VR gaming champ. And, man, these headaches and vomiting are making me see double. So 8.2 teraflops with Sony for the victory. Yeah! No, on a serious note, you think streaming is going to be a viable object with tablets now that the Nintendo Switch has come out? Hear the answer. See it.
As crazy as he sounded there at first, that's what they sound like. You know what I mean? I don't think that.
You guys hear Mass Murder call in. You think he's nuts? That's what Sony fanboys actually sound like. So shout out to Mass Murder for doing a great impression of them.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Isn't it great that we can talk about Nintendo crap and not put people to sleep?
Yeah, you know what? Like I'm excited for their thing. I think they need to price that thing at $299 and they're good. Obviously there's some issues and I want to see some things talked about, but they got the most views ever on something for that. I think people are interested. I think people are, and I don't think this thing's actually replacing the 3DS or anything. I think that they might still even come out with a successor to that at some point, because this thing isn't something you can put in your pocket. You know what I mean? 3DSs fit in your pocket.
We've got to stop with it's going to break. I don't think it's going to break. I don't think
Nintendo has a law where they or an internal thing where they drop something 10 times from 6 feet and it still has to work. So anything they put out has to be dropped from 6 foot 10 times and still has to function.
My kids are really good at not dropping things. They were both all walking around the house today, carrying I love this. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. You look like they were going to a business meeting. They both had iPads under their arms and walking over the couch like playing Minecraft. But when they handle the Wii U gamepad crap, they literally have the Wii U gamepad. I think they've only dropped it since the day it launched. They've only dropped it once or twice. No issues. None at all with this thing. And it wasn't dropped, like you said, it wasn't dropped from 6 feet. They're not even, what are they, 3 foot tall? You know what I mean? So it's not dropping a long distance. And like you said, they're built for that. So taking that out of it, there is something to be said, crap. Like, let's say, I saw you go to PAX East. I would bring my Nintendo tablet with me and just jam out on a third-party game that is non-relevant to Xbox community stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I would definitely do that or play a Mario game. Why not? Like, it's just so lightweight and easy to throw in your bag, and you're going to be playing games that are equivalent to PS4 vanilla, Xbox One, standards. So I don't see a problem with this, and I think it puts Nintendo kind of back on the map. They're going to be number 3. They're going to be console number 3. They're not going to be 1 or 2. They're going to be number 3. But I think they're okay with number 3.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have to be, because people are going to want. I don't think they're not going to have the same power going forward as Microsoft and Sony. So,
but they shouldn't.
They shouldn't. But look, if you can get some of those third parties to do stuff like Skyrim on the go like that, hell yeah. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. I would love to get to play stuff like that. Full on experience.
Go ask the founder or not the founder, he passed away, but the director or president of Wendy's. Okay, they're number 3. They're behind Burger King and McDonald's. But guess what? They don't give a shit. They're doing fine. They're still opening new Wendy's as we speak. My point being is that Nintendo at this point is they know they have their niche. They know they have kids locked up. Like there's not one kid. My kids know who Mario is. They don't really know who Zelda is because Zelda kind of like went under the radar. Like there's been Zelda games, but you would have to be like our age or a little younger than us crap to kind of get into it. There's like not many kids that are just running around being like Zelda. But Mario and Luigi are as popular as they ever were. Ever. Yeah, Nintendo doesn't have to go and be the most powerful. They're making games that are predominantly cartoons.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Hey, let's get a voicemail. I heard we have a pretty good voicemail from a high profile person. So let's go ahead and let's listen to that.
Yeah, we get a lot of.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me on show. Represent Xbox loyalists. This is Yoshita. I have come to win a free code once again. I could not win a free code last week because Mooch kicked my ass at GameStop. I've been there for like a week cleaning up everybody's peak from the PS.
Oh boy.
I don't like that too much. Now, before I beg for a free code, Yoshita as a proposition for Crap Gamer. Crap Gamer, if you let me win a free code this week, Yoshita will send you a Sony Starburst. Oh. Password. Yoshita will only send you yellow ones. Okay. As long as we got that straight, Crap Gamer, if you do not let me win, Yoshita will come and kick your ass. Like I tried to do, but that did not turn out too good. Now I will beg for free code. Please let me win. Please, please, please. 1080p PSVR. Please let me win. So say Yoshita.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
True enough.
It's so great to get an international call like that crap. That's really nice of him.
It is. I mean, I'm not sure what time it is in Japan, but props for Yoshida. And his English has gotten better.
His English has gotten a lot better. Yeah, he was stuttering a little bit, but he's all right.
Yeah, I mean, like what can you do? I mean, he's probably not sleeping too well with that PlayStation VR not doing great. So I mean, hey, but props to him for calling in and getting that. But so I played some of the Modern Warfare or the Infinite Warfare beta.
Okay, what do you think?
Yeah, it's just Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the jetpacks and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't get that.
I'm really disappointed to hear that, and I mean that. I'm not going to sit here and give you, a rant on anything. I was genuinely looking forward to this game, and I don't know anymore. I was telling Crap, anyone that follows me on Twitter, I was saying it last night. I was kind of voicing my opinion, saying I think I'm going to cancel my pre-order of Call of Duty only for one reason. I had no problem. Crap did a hell of a sales job, by the way. He said basically, look, Infinite Warfare is intriguing. It's got enough going on different with the story, this and that. And who cares? The Infinity Ward folks will get in there. I think they're one of the pioneers of Call of Duty. So let them go in and do their thing. And then, hey, guess what? For $20-$30 more, you're getting all those maps, and you're getting the remaster Call of Duty 4. You know what? Great sales pitch. And it was so good that I went and plunked down $5-10 at GameStop just to reserve it. And now I'm sitting here and I've got people all weekend, people that love Call of Duty, people that don't like Call of Duty. Of course, the haters of Call of Duty are saying what you'd expect. But the people that have been writing me saying, I love Call of Duty, I really enjoyed it, I played a lot. Infinite Warfare is playing like shit and it's just garbage. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now I feel like I'm paying $80 just for a remaster. And you guys know how I feel about that.
Well, here's the thing that my thinking of it still is there's the remaster, which even if they do unbundle it 6 months down the road, is still going to be $50-$60.
I agree.
I can get I'm hoping that the Infinite Warfare campaign will be good and the zombies looks interesting.
Yeah.
So even though I'm probably not going to play much of that multiplayer, there's enough going on there. And I have a code for an Infinite Warfare beta. If somebody on Xbox One wants that beta, I have a code. If you want to call in, just let me know you want the code.
How long is that beta running for, Crap?
I think it's running for a couple more days.
Okay.
I believe so. And we have a call.
I'm so glad people are sparked about what's going on in the news this week.
Yeah, it is. What's up, M&C Mornings? How you doing?
Hey, Mooch and Crap, this is Jason Jones from Trenton, New Jersey. Just giving you guys a call because I love everything you guys do. I'm wondering why people aren't more like me. All my friends, when the PS4 and the Xbox One first came out, all of them went to the PS4 side. I stuck with my roots, went to the Xbox One side, found a whole new group of players to play game with because the Xbox community is number one. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. And what are you guys hearing about Dead Rising 4? Thanks a lot.
Okay, I want to address Crap. Did you get his first name? Is it Jason?
Yeah,
Jones?
he's Jason Jones.
Listen, Jay, I want to say, first of all, congratulations. You are an elite human being, and I'll tell you why. That happened to a lot of us going from the 360 into this generation. And let me put it best from someone who was very, very successful, told me this a long time ago. A herd of cattle will walk into a barn for their slaughter, okay? So your friends that you used to have on the 360 that all went PS4, they are literally a herd of cattle, a.k.a. lemmings. You, on the other hand, looked at everything. You did your homework. You read what you had to read, and that means you have something between your ears, okay? So you made the right decision. And, I mean, look, we're all biased, right? Everyone has a preference. But you can now see that we're 3 years into a console generation. This is the third Christmas where there's no games coming out for the PS4 again. So that all being said, the community, the better controller, the better online. These are things we've been saying for a long time. Now you have third-party companies, right? Crap, they did an online test, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The controller is definitely better. Sony told you don't need EA access. Sony told you don't need backwards compatibility. Sony told you don't need an Elite controller recently. These are things that are being shoved down your throat because, listen, this is basic things I used to say when I first came on YouTube, okay? People always misconstrued it, and they use different words, which they shouldn't. They should just use their brains. That's a Japanese mentality. We will tell you what you like, and you will like it.
Yeah.
We don't really live by that over here in America. We don't live by that in North America. And I know that our friends in the UK also don't go by those rules. So this is why you see Xbox more dominant and will be more dominant moving forward. The media just pushed Sony to the forefront for this generation. But the media won't be able to do that with Phil and company at the helm because Phil's listening to everything. When you do, as a corporation as big as Microsoft, everything the fans are asking you to do, it's hard for the media to do their little two-step, what they did the last time. That was different before when we had Don Matrick. Don Matrick was doing the opposite of what the consumer asked. Phil's doing everything the consumer asked.
Man, we got people on fire. I love that they can call in and they're pissed, you know, and it's good. M&C Mornings. You're on.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Colin from Houston. Hey, I have a statement and a question. So my statement is, all right, I think that the PC fanboys are actually worse than the PS4 fanboys. But I find it funny that they got to beg for Red Dead Redemption 2. And then not only that, they never seem to get games that are optimized on time and are always waiting for patches. So I think that should shut up the PC fanboys pretty quickly. And my question is, why don't you think Xbox gamers are buying up the new IPs? Because games like Sunset Overdrive, ReCore, and Quantum Break are all great. The more new franchises, you know, Xbox community. You know, I love Gears, Halo, Forza, but I want to see that next phase come up too. And I guess I'm feeling disappointed that we're not getting a Sunset Overdrive 2, which is a top 5 favorite game of mine this gen. So I'm going to hang up and listen to you guys' response.
That guy sounded like nervous or something. maybe
Well, it is something to come onto a show. I don't know, crap. You kind of started with your own channel, and then you jumped on with Zaire and did the whole thing. So I think for you were just born into it. Myself personally, I remember being on the first time. I thought I did a good first show, but it is nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. No, but let's get into what he just got. I just had this conversation with a bunch of great gamers the other night. I believe we were talking, it was Southbound, The Don, Bam Bam. I want to say Noof was there. There was a couple other people in and out.
No chills, Noof.
No chills, Noof. Shout out to Jake. I believe his name's Jake Herder. He goes by Phil Collins 117 on Xbox. Which is great. So I played 50 rounds. Yeah, I played 50 rounds of Horde on hardcore with Phil Collins. It was great. If you don't think that's awesome, people, you got another thing coming. There's nothing like saying Phil Collins, no, build another barrier and then a turret.
Yeah.
So anyways, so hold on a second. Let me get my thought process. Okay. Crap, tell me what you think, and this all ties into the caller.
Okay.
I think a Sunset Overdrive 2 would absolutely kick ass. I mean, sales-wise, because I think you sometimes have to put a flavor out there. You know, when you were younger and your mom would make a dish and you were like, your mom's like, try something new tonight, and you're even a little kind of salty on it. You're like, it wasn't really feeling it. But then a couple of days goes by and you're like, hey, why don't you make that dish again? Maybe do this and that to it next time. It'll be a little better. And then all of a sudden it becomes a house favorite. I think that's the same thing with Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive 2, I think would be a smashing success. And shout out to Insomniac Games. I'm actually going to go play. We talked about it so much the other night that I'm going to start that campaign over again.
Yeah, you know what? And I bought the DLC and I still haven't finished the other one. Like they had it on sale or something, and I picked it up and I did one of them, but not the other one because I love that game a lot. Like to me, out of the three, Recore, Quantum Break, and Sunset Overdrive, I think Sunset Overdrive has the most potential.
Yes.
To be a hit series as far as like a sequel and things like that, because two simple things that they could do. And I think that the reason why people haven't really flocked to the new IP are for, well, a couple of reasons, but I think the simple answer is the lack of a competitive multiplayer, and Xbox gamers like multiplayer. So, I mean, I think that probably has something to do with it, but Sunset Overdrive, if they were to add co-op campaign and a competitive team deathmatch type multiplayer, I think that would be amazing. Like that would be a huge franchise, and that's what that game was missing. Because you look, yeah, and we got more calls. Xbox,
Sunset
Xbox marketing.
Mark my words, though, crap. Sunset Overdrive 2 would absolutely kill. It's a household name now.
Yeah, I agree. M&C Mornings, how you doing? How can we help you?
It's Mr. Zombie Killer again, from Chicago. Everyone's going crazy with the Cubs. But
Cubs win.
I got a question for you guys. What do you guys think of Black Ops 2 hitting back compat either the end of this month or maybe next month around Infinite Warfare? And Crackdown 3, do you guys think that'll be a 4K launch title with Scorpio and they haven't changed or everything, or do you think it'll be the same? Thank you. See you next Sunday.
Okay,
crap,
yeah.
I do. Well, before we get into Crackdown, is he speculating Black Ops 2 is coming out?
I've heard. Well, no, like I guess they've said that it's coming to backwards compatibility, and I've heard from a couple good people that that's true. It's legit.
Okay.
So Black Ops 2 coming to backwards compatibility. You know, it makes sense. Look, like a lot of people thought Activision would just like remaster all this stuff. No, there's only one of their games that's worth remastering, and that's Call of Duty 4. Everybody knows it. They needed that. That was probably in their back pocket the whole time. They're like, when we got a really shitty Call of Duty game, we're going to pack this thing in. You know what I mean? And they probably realized that Infinite Warfare is really shitty. So they're like, and it's going to sell well still, regardless. You know what I mean? I'm buying it. I bought Battlefield 1. We were playing it, or I was playing it last night on, on community game night with some people. You know, it was good fun. But for me, you know what's weird is Gears of War 4 for me, the multiplayer. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what they did to it, but and I don't want to say that it's noob or that they dumbed it down or anything. I just think that it handles better than previous multiplayers, and so I do much better at it. Like I'm the best. This is the best I've ever been at Gears. is
Yeah.
gear. I mean, I can go
Me too.
15. I can go 15-2 on team. I play a lot of team deathmatch. I know a lot of people like to play King of the Hill and stuff. I'm a team deathmatch guy. You know what I mean? I can regularly get 15, 18 kills a map. You know what I mean? And just hold things down for my team, which is cool because nobody wants to get the crap kicked out of them every time. You know what I mean? Like, and I can hold my own on some maps on the other Gears games. Like I can do pretty good on Gears of War Ultimate, but Gears 4 for me really is a high point for the multiplayer, in my opinion. And I think that it's really, really the best multiplayer that Gears has been. So I'm finding myself playing a lot more Gears multiplayer than I thought I would. So, skipping out on Titanfall isn't such a big thing to me, but there's so much going on. Battlefield's good. I'm looking forward. I still am looking forward to the Call of Duty 4 remastered. But as far as wow. Yeah, cool.
Well, I said this to Crap a while ago. There's going to be more and more people calling in Crap because the show just had to expand. The people have to know that it's completely a welcome thing, and feel free to call anytime.
Yeah, and we've got almost 100 or 400 viewers right now.
So. We talk on enough podcasts all week. I want to hear what the audience has to say.
True that. MNC Mornings, hey.
Hey, Moochie. Hey, Papa Crap. This is Jordan. I just want to know, in your opinion, which community is more obnoxious? The PC Master Race or the ponies? All right, let me know. And remember, rack them up. Bang, bang. Jordan out.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice of Jordan to call in. And actually, that's great. I'll be honest with you. It's funny that Jordan asked that question when you've got, she kind of is more of a Sony fan than I would say, an Xbox fan. That's my own personal thing. I think she's probably 64 Sony. But what do you think, Crap? I mean, I would say probably the Sony fans still bother me more than the PC guys.
Yeah, the Sony fans are the most deluded group of snowflakes in the world because they can completely dish it. Like at least some of the PC fans can dish it and take it, right? Like, I give it to them a little bit with the whole Red Dead Redemption 2 will probably eventually end up on PC, but it's kind of fun to rub it in that it's not there right now. It's not even announced.
Right.
So, but as far as I'm concerned, the PlayStation 4 fanboys are like such snowflakes. They get so hurt and upset, and they really just want to get personal. Like you say something bad about PS4, they really just want to get personal, and the amount of hate and things like that. Just absolutely, they're much worse. You know what I mean? Much worse. Like
I'm trying to put it into gaming terms, but when you're playing a game and you've got one set of enemies and then you've got the other set, but then when you get more than 50% through the game, you're like, I hope there's a wave of these other enemies because they're just easy to beat. That's the PS4 guys. They're just easy to beat because what they say makes absolutely no sense. Like that one guy, which I'm done giving him any credit, but there's one guy in the PS4. It's always in our chat. Crap. He's constantly nagging, and he doesn't even have a PS4.
Yeah,
that's just
I'm like, you don't even have a PS4. You haven't even picked a side. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You gotta,
insane.
you gotta at least. Hey, look, we got She-Wolf in the chat. We've got, man, things are really popping, man. Like 380 watching. That's nice. Thank you guys. It's really much appreciated. And you guys can call in MC Space Mornings. And we'll be doing a 3-month Xbox Live giveaway thanks to J-Dot on Twitch, which
we should let the audience I'm sorry, give Jay his credit. I apologize.
Yeah, his Twitch channel is linked below. He's looking for some new followers. He gives away stuff literally all the time. He's hooked up with Zaire on his channel. Zaire's giving stuff away. He really wants to start growing. He's like giving me stuff to give away on Xbox Nation starting this week. He gives stuff to us to give away here. So if you could do us all a favor, head over to his Twitch, become a follower. He gives away stuff all the time. He's only got like 20, 25 followers, and he's giving away stuff literally every time he's on. So if you want to win stuff.
Well, in order to win, though, what we're going to do, Crap, is just announce that we are going to be, when you hear the pony sound, that's when you're going to want to call in. So whenever you hear
what's the pony sound like, Jay William?
I don't know. Is Jay back? Jay had to take a break.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so I don't know if Jay's here, but when Jay gets back, you got to be careful, Crap, because the minute you play it, people may call in.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I wanted to give everybody a little bit of
You really can't miss it. It sounds like a pony.
Yes, something about party pony.
Pony.
Party pony.
Yeah.
Hi, your ultimate party pony.
That
There you go.
When you hear that, not right now.
Not right now, but yeah, when you hear that, third caller will win a 3-month Xbox Live.
Yeah, you can win a 3-month Xbox Live code. We'll be happy to hook you up. And thanks everybody in the chat for keeping it relatively clear. But yeah, the PC fanboys are kind of deluded, but the PlayStation 4 fanboys, I think some of them are clinically insane. Insane. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem saying that. Like some of these people, like, did you see that conversation I was having with that guy who said that Sony invented 4K resolution?
Yeah, that's great.
I rarely retweet that or indulge people, but I'm like, I retweeted this, and I'm like, this is the problem. Because this guy would be considered one of the more intelligent members of the PlayStation 4 family. You know what I mean? And this guy was like, Sony invented 4K. They own the ability to switch it from 32-bit to 16-bit to do the 8.4 teraflops. It's over. Microsoft got played. And I'm like, I seriously face palm. I'm like laughing at this guy. It's hilarious. Oh, hey, She-Wolf. Yeah, you can call in. You're sick. Well, we won't make fun of you. We realize that you're sick and all stuffed up sounding and sound like Hellhammer. Hey, guys, I'm Hellhammer. I don't know. I like Metallica. That's what she sounded. She sounded a little bit like Hellhammer yesterday. But hopefully she's been a little bit better. Yeah,
absolutely.
She does a good job in the community and stuff. And I saw GKB in there too.
Great
so
job.
what's up? Yeah, everybody does a good job. Like I'm really digging the community. They again. We had a caller earlier that was talking about the community, right? And he's right. Like the Xbox community is just very welcoming and things like that. I really love it. You know what I mean? Like they're really good people. And like you've met, like I'm dying to game with people like Bam and Noof again and things like that because it's a lot of fun. Like
I've had a lot of fun. Actually, another person I got to shout out. We talk about Bam and Noof, Livewire, who's got a YouTube channel. Live's part of the YouTube community as well. I've been actually hanging out with him a lot. Live is a great dude. I mean, he's educated, knows his shit. So tune in. He did a one on himself basically. He did a 30-minute rant on the Nintendo stuff and what was going on recently. So check out Livewire. I'll check it out right now. Livewire Gaming. I sub to him. I always catch his work. He's really good. He did like a 30-minute breakdown. Just him. Livewire's Gamer. So it's LIVE space WIREZ space gamer. Guy knows what he's talking about, and he's hysterical. Flat out, he's another guy that's in the community that talks about gaming, but he does it with an edge to it, and it's hysterical.
Oh, hell yeah. And we got another call. MNC Mornings. How can we help you? How can we help you?
Pull up for
Hey,
a second.
what's going on, Mood and Crap? This is King James calling from Chicago.
King
I got
James.
questions.
Love it.
First one, now that the Pro and the Switch are out there, when do you guys expect to go see anything on the Scorpio as far as the reveal? Question number 2 is, what do you guys expect to see, or what information are you expecting to get from the reveal? Thanks, guys. Keep doing a good job.
So he's basically saying, when do you think we'll hear about Scorpio crap, and then what will we hear when it's announced?
Well, I think we might hear a little something. Like Microsoft is doing a good job of keeping the Scorpio in people's minds right now. Like they're like, hey, Scorpio's coming, 4K native, not that checkerboard upscale stuff, and also high fidelity VR. So I think it's fair to assume that there's going to be a definite VR thing with Scorpio. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you are interested in VR, I would say wait for Scorpio, especially if you're a console gamer. And Microsoft is good at reminding people, hey, this is what Scorpio does. This is what Scorpio does. It's coming out as doing this. So I think we might hear something about it in a few days because they're doing that event. If we don't, it would be perfect timing to do it at this event because it's before the Pro launch. Remind people, maybe have some kind of tech demo. You're not going to show off the box or anything like that. I get that. But at least to talk about it for a minute. You know what I mean? Give some people, have the media write up some articles on it or whatever. I think we're going to see a reveal for Scorpio next May.
May, you're thinking May? See, now I tentatively I went and bought my ticket, so shame on you, crap, because I don't think you did. But I'm going to be going to PAX East, or I'm planning to. I was hoping we would see something, even if it's just an announcement. Because I think last year at PAX East, I believe Larry Herb, a.k.a. Major Nelson, was there. I would assume that – because think about it, crap. When it's a hardware launch year, Like, that's a huge year, right, in the industry. It starts January 1st, and it goes right to launch.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? If Microsoft strikes the right campaign come January, February to start this huge reveal, you know, what will be the Scorpio, like, it could drown the Pro out after the Pro's been out for 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah. I agree, but you know what? I think they're gonna. Why not redo everything? You know, they showed off the Xbox One in May of 2013. Reveal the Scorpio in May of 2017. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that would make sense. But hey, J Dubs, we got a voicemail, huh? Let's kick it, if you will.
Yeah, Jay, if you do have a voicemail, we'll definitely take that. We want to let
yeah.
people know that when you call in, you won't be forgotten. You want to make sure Jay Wills is here. I got to call him Jay Williams.
He told me if I called him Jay Williams, he was leaving.
Or you don't leave, Jay. Just take Crap's shirts off of his Redbubble account. So Jay probably had to step away. Oh, but no, that's why. No voicemail for you.
Yes.
No voicemail for you, Crap.
We get a phone call. M&C Mornings, how the hell can we help you?
How the hell can we help you?
Good morning, guys. Hi, Mooch. Hi, Crap. Hi, Jay. I love your show, and I'm glad I got to make it today.
It's
Everybody
Mel.
watching, hit that thumbs up. This is an amazing show. Later, guys.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah, she eBayed for me. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, you did Crap's job for him. Shout out to
Yes.
Mel. Mel's Xbox wife, and she's known as O Snap Suckers on Next Podcast. She does a great job. Xbot will tell you she keeps the Next Podcast together.
She does.
She runs that joint.
Yep. And so yeah, man, we got almost 400 watching. Let's hit that like button and get those likes going.
Oh, here we go.
And also spread the word, man, because I want this show to spread like the herps. You know what I mean? There's no cure for that. You know,
Well,
you
yeah.
can suppress it, but it always comes back.
Well, remember, everybody, the 360 people listening, this is your show. This is your show. You're the ones making this happen. You're the ones keep calling in. This is record-breaking calls, Crap. We only get about 3 minutes to talk about each subject before another call comes in. So.
Yeah, and that's good. So like when we originally were talking about this show, we were like, we wanted to make it different because we don't want to do it just like another podcast because there's already a lot of those. So something that's really kind of run by the fans where they can call in and do it like this. And so really, and it's a big thanks to JW as well.
J Dubs.
J Dubs, yeah, and we got another phone call. M&C Mornings, how you doing? Huh?
All right.
There he is.
There he is. How you doing? You're live, sir.
Man, what's good, y'all? This is your boy Maniac 730 calling from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm breaking pony legs. I'm sweeping them legs. I am the enforcer. You heard me? Shut up. Hey, I'm all good. Yo, Red Dead Redemption 1 is coming to PS now. How do you guys feel about that? And also, since we've been taking crap for 3 years from these ponies and the tables had turned on them, how long do you guys think that we're going to be giving them crap for? How long do you think they're going to be taking crap for since we've been taking it for 3 years and the table's been turned on us?
Good question, man. Thanks for calling in. Here's the thing. So how long are they going to take it? They're going to take it every day from channels like us, but they're not going to take it very long with the media because the media's already started their ridiculous backspin, right? Crap to where now it's not power, now it's story and checkerboard rendering.
Or yeah, like the checkerboard rendering. And I'll give you guys a good example. Like I don't follow GameSpot or anything like that, but when I'm off the time searching or messing around on YouTube on my Xbox One, right? And it'll suggest things. And so GameSpot had this thing, like this little 5-minute podcast was like, can the PS4 Pro do 4K gaming? And so they're like, no, it can't technically really, maybe on some last gen or smaller indie titles, but for the most part, no. And so they go on to try to explain what checkerboard rendering is. And then they go on to say, now we went to see Mark Cerny speak and they had a blind test where they had 2 4K displays. One of them was a native 4K version of the game. One of them was a checkerboard 4K version of the game. And we had to pick which one was which. Of course, we were both able to pick which one wasn't the true 4K native one, but you still could hardly tell. I mean, both these people were able to pick which one wasn't. But hey, quote unquote, you could hardly tell, and it was 95 to 98% the same. We had to get right up on the screen to be able to tell. You know what I mean? Like, where was the people saying you need to be right up on the screen to tell the difference between 900p and 1080p? You never see this stuff, and that's why.
your ultimate party pony.
Oh, you heard
Perfect
that.
timing, J-Dubs.
Yes. So the first person to call in and say they want that 3-month
First or
Xbox
third?
Live- First, let's do first.
Oh, look
We'll
at you
just do
changing.
first.
Wow, Crap's
Yeah.
just throwing it out there already. First caller wins 3 months. But
Yeah.
Crap can do that. Crap's a co-host. He can make that
Yes.
decision on the fly.
Yes, I'm putting my foot down. I'm like, let's get the first caller in, but you have to say you want it. Say, hey, I want that 3-month card, and you'll get it. Yeah,
Good
you know
point.
what I mean? Because
Yeah, you don't want to just stumble onto a victory. You actually want to thrive to win it. I agree.
Yeah, see, Andrewski in the chat, he goes, yeah, he listened to that and was put off by it because that is what's going on in the industry, and you're having people say that. Not only that, but Engadget.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. And I taught the pony too.
There it is. We got a winner. Crap. J-Dubs, no phone ring on that one, huh? That's just he just threw the winner at us.
Yeah, he was free balling that one, man. That guy just.
If you guys are allowed to change the rules, so am I.
Oh, that's great. That was awesome.
Who was that? Who's that won, J-Dub?
Who won?
That was Maniac 730.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
It
congratulations.
didn't come through. Yeah, shout out to Maniac 730. Nice work. I'm gonna write that down.
He called right back. So yeah, after the show's over, J-Dubs will DM you a 3-month code. That's thanks to J.Twitch, and he's been giving us 3-month codes every single week here. Check out his Twitch below. He does really good stuff. And again, he doesn't have a lot of followers, so hit him up. Follow him. He gives away stuff every time he goes live. It's really kick ass.
That's
Cool
awesome.
guy. Tell him Mooch and Crap sent you, and yeah, and he'll probably give you something for free. Dude's like hooks it up like that. So he does, man. Anybody that it's really cool because the communities really come together and they donate all of this stuff. You know what I mean? To us to give away, and the people really like the show that we're doing, which is really cool. You know what I mean? And I love that so many people are calling in and like the show. It means a lot.
Let's get back to the fundamentals here of what we started when we did this. This was supposed to be something where, a lot of podcasts, and take even last week's Crossfire, when you're getting a lot of people on and we scramble late evenings to get things together. It's a lot of, A-type personalities coming together, which is great. But then, we're all trying to get our opinions out in an hour and a half, 2 hours, or in the case of Crossfire, a Jerry Lewis telethon. And, it's a lot of loud and discussion, which I think is fantastic. But what's nice about today is I'm on my second cup of coffee through the show right now. You let me have my little 2 cents into it. I give you, and then we have the graphic guy who he can change the rules as well anytime he wants.
Yes. M&C Mornings, you're live. How can we help you?
How can Crap help you?
Yes.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Andrew. My gamer tag on Xbox is Cosmo Red Stars, all caps. Pretty excited to talk to you guys. My question is, how can I get to watch the Xbox presentation about the Scorpio or anything else this coming week? And I'm really excited to hear your answer. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Well,
Okay,
we should probably clarify that, Crap. I'll let you take it, but there's no Scorpio reveal this.
Yeah, there's not. They might talk about it. I've heard they might talk about some gaming stuff. I hope they do mention something, but there's no 100% lockdown source that they're going to actually mention.
But to answer his question, isn't there an app, Crap? And I have it, but I only use it like twice a year when there's big.
There's
Xbox
the event player.
The event player, right? XLEI something.
Yeah, and you can download that whenever they're going to do, like they do that for E3 and stuff. So, or like the video game awards or whatever, which it's getting close to the end of the year. So I'm assuming all of our podcasts are going to be doing like game of the year shows and stuff like that. Didn't someone earlier ask us about Dead Rising 4?
Yes, they did. They did.
Yeah, I meant to talk about that too because Frank West, the character from that, is apparently live tweeting the season premiere of Walking Dead tonight.
Yes, he is.
So that's
Microsoft
pretty
is definitely
advertising.
Microsoft's definitely they're stepping their ante up with Dead Rising 4. Dead Rising 4 has the ability to be the Dead Rising game that Mooch, has always wanted. Because I'm not going to lie to you, 1 and 2, 3.
I love 3.
Well,
Yeah.
3 was a step in the right direction, Crap. It was a step in the right direction. It just, for me, it fell a little short. And I think 4 is going to be an absolute grand slam.
Yeah. I think it's going to be amazing. Hey, and there we have another caller. MNC
Absolutely.
Mornings.
I think I'm
how
gonna
can we help
go
you?
through. I think I'm gonna go through Dead Rising 4 with you, crap. If you'll stay up past
Yeah.
7 o'clock.
Hey, Mooch, crap. This is Jake. I'm calling from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm an old guy. I go all the way back to a Pong system in the 70s.
Nice.
I've got an Ever console, and I loved when Sony and Nintendo kind of went at it, and Nintendo and Genesis. There was always a reason each console won. There's no reason that PS4's win that sold this many. It's just been insane. And I'm not like a big Xbox fan. I didn't even like the first Xbox. I'm not a big online guy. I just like games. But how did they sell that 40 million that quick?
That's a good point. I don't know if he's done, but not only is he a 70s gamer, his internet's from the 70s. But no. Listen, all due respect.
I was gonna say something too, and I was like, "Nah." I was supposed to be the asshole too when we put.
I know. I was gonna let you do that, but I was like, maybe I'm hanging out with you too much.
I was actually talking to us through his Xbox on Skype.
Oh, okay. Well,
Awesome.
amazing technology right there.
There you go.
Very cool. Very
Yes.
cool. No, I want to let him know. First of all, thank you for the call. Second of all, I appreciate callers like that more than most because I mean, here you got a guy coming and speaking to you from the heart, and his question could not be more relevant
question,
to not
yes.
just today, but the entire generation. What is, and this goes for me and Crap, but me and Crap kind of got PS4s, not only because we're gamers at heart, but we also have to discuss games that come out that are relevant. We're not going to talk about One Piece, but we had to talk about Uncharted 4 and other games. Why did we all buy a PS4? I mean, we're not the only ones that must be saying that, right, Crap? I mean, everyone that's in the chat that has a PS4, could you just write a game down that you're playing on PS4 now or that you love and the reason that you're excited, or just write down basically, I have no idea why I bought a PS4. I don't know why. I mean, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I probably still would be waiting, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, exactly. That I think that might be the reason, because I remember I brought mine home, and my brother Hellhammer had brought his home the same day. Like he got his because I think their tax return or something like that, and he was like, just felt like the thing to do. Like me, I bought it, felt like the thing to do. I don't know. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe I'll get more content out of this or whatever. It actually ignited a whole shitstorm. You know what I mean? And Zaire was the one that warned me, and I always looking back, I was like, man, I should have listened to him. But I just think that I have no idea why I bought one. You know, just I don't know.
Well, that's a sad thing, you know what I mean? And I'm in the same boat. Someone said that to me the other day when we were all jamming out on Gears. They're like, "We have a PS4, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I guess I'll say Uncharted 4, but that's not really a good reason." I think it was Bam Bam and I were talking, and I said, "Bam, you gonna get a PS4?" And he was like, "No, I don't have a reason to."
Yeah.
He's like, you know, why do you have one? I said, Uncharted. I said, I literally bought, luckily I was able to stack the old consoles for $100 a piece. I got a new PS4 for $77.
I paid slightly more than you, but I ended up like selling.
You got a good package though.
Yeah. I ended up selling off like that Vita TV thing on eBay, and I got some money for that. And then I sold off the Last of Us digital code on eBay, and I think I got like some money for that as well. So I ended up getting a really good deal. MNC Mornings, we love the phone calls. Keep them coming.
What's going on, Mooch? What's going on, Crap? There's a little bit of an echo. I do apologize. This is the X-Bot coming straight from Connecticut, and I have a curveball for you guys. I want to ask a Halo question.
Ooh.
Now that we can actually kind of agree that Halo 3 Anniversary is going to come out around the time of Scorpio, I'm wondering what you guys think are the chances of it actually being bundled with the hardware and really being pushed as like a part of being in the box when it comes to the Scorpio. You guys are doing a great job with this show. I absolutely love it. It's become like a Sunday routine with us. Keep doing what you're doing. Xbot out.
That was awesome, Xbot. Thanks for the awesome compliment. By the way, first of all, let me tell you something.
What was his question?
He said, now that Halo 3 Anniversary is a thing, you know, can we actually like start to get like hyped? And what do we you know, when
we don't know that it's a thing. I hope, like, it makes sense to me to bundle Halo 3 anniversary at native 4K 60 frames.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, right? It's very little on Microsoft's wallet, and it's a fan service, and it's gonna look effing amazing, right, on a Scorpio console on a 4K TV. I mean, there's something to be said for that. I mean, personally, I'm just excited. First of all, I want to backtrack and say thanks to Xbot again because, listen, I watched Next podcast yesterday. That guy. And I got to give Snap Suckers credit, too. Like, Mel, they put a lot of time and effort into that show, crap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. For Xbot to call in here and say that MNC Mornings has become a routine in their home, I want to say thank you to those guys for saying that. That's a huge compliment. Next podcast is amazing. If you guys aren't watching Next, you really should check it out Saturday, 6 p.m. on Xbot's channel. But, yeah, to be honest with you, I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid on the Halo 3 stuff. Not because I think we need it, but if I'm Microsoft, I'm like, why wouldn't I give my fans that?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't
it's just an optional thing, or just throw it in. Like, hey, buy Xbox Scorpio, get the 4K Halo 3. You know what I mean? It's
you're going home with a game, crap. People love to go home. What did I say? PS4 Pro, you take it home, you plug it in, you have nothing different than when you left your vanilla.
Pro, it does a little mo.
It does a little mo.
I don't care what K-Mega says. I love that.
K-Mega, I'm going to bring that back tonight on VGST, by the way.
The PM, which tonight, by the way, is starting by 7 because we have to get done by.
Yeah, Mooch and Tim Dog have put a formal request into the BGST panel that we would start at 7 o'clock because we want to be done for Walking Dead at 9.
Yeah, well, remember last week, like this was so funny. We were about to literally wrapping up the show. We were like, let's wrap it up early. Tim Dog comes in with some left field question, and we ended up going on for another like 45 minutes. Like,
yeah, Zaire was wrapping up. Zaire's like, and so everybody, thanks for rocking out with us. And Tim's like, what about this? And it was like 45 minutes later.
It was like Halo versus Gears. Like, is Gears the new face of Xbox? And then everybody's like, no, man, Gears. No, it's Halo. No, it's Gears. And then this went on for like 45 minutes. And finally Tim's like, let's end it. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, wow. But if you think about it, man, like even Xbox Nation, I was looking, almost went 2.5 hours this week. And then almost 3 hours of Crossfire, which is just, there's really a lot of stuff to talk about. And what I like about this show is people that maybe don't have the, look, we've got 350, this will be watched by thousands of people within the next week. And that's not bragging. That's just, people watch our shows. And so people that don't have a big channel or maybe don't have a channel can call in and voice their opinion on this show. You know what I mean? You're not some like faceless whatever. And that's what I like about the show. It gives a voice to the people aside from just us, because we talk all the time,
Right.
So like it gives people, like Diggity and, all these people that want to call in. These like cool people. These are cool people in the community. You know what I mean? Yes. Like we're brought together by gaming. That's what's
I can only speak for myself, crap. But to be honest with you, this show gives that ability. I sat there before when I was first following Zaire. And I was watching him when he was doing his own rants and this and that. And I was like, I really want an opportunity to speak my mind, And that's when I reached out to you guys, and the rest is history. But a lot of people don't get that opportunity, or they don't want to take the plunge. A lot of people that are now calling in might go, you know what? I've been calling into MNC Mornings. I'm ready to grab a mic and start to speak, and start their own channel. And that's what it's all about. The more the merrier in the Xbox. People are like, oh, there's too many podcasts. That's not true. We have 385 or 680 digital channels on Time Warner Cable. Let people decide who they want to listen to.
Yeah. MNC Mornings, how can we help you with your relationship?
Please lay on this couch next to Crap.
Yeah.
This is Scratch.
He'll
I got
taking notes.
Guys, I want to know what you think about the Nintendo Switch reveal, and I want to also know what you think about what it's going to do to the 3DS gaming in the future. And also, Crap, I've heard that you've never played Half-Life 2, so like you probably should evaluate your life because you're missing something. Okay. Thanks for listening and taking my question, and I'll catch you next time.
Well, Crap, I mean, now, he may have just said this because I caught 90% of what he just said, but you do know that Orange Box is now back compat.
I downloaded it. I had that digitally on 360 for years. They sold it for $5 one time, right? And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. I did that a lot, you know what I mean? So when they're like, it's backwards compatible, I downloaded it first thing. I'm going to hop on it and give it a try.
Right.
My initial concern is this. Having never played Half-Life 2 in 2016,
right,
me going to play that game for the first time after playing everything that I've played up to this point, am I going to look at it the same way somebody that played it when it originally came out? Like, I don't know that I will. I think that it's going to be somewhat dated. Now, I'm willing to give it a chance. I don't know how.
It holds up.
Oh, Jay Williams.
Well, there you go. J Dubs with the "It Holds Up."
I
It
saw.
does.
You know,
It holds up.
I saw Jay, and I saw Warrior playing it. So, yeah, like, and it still looks okay. You know what I mean? So
I think I'm going to get into it too because I've played Half-Life 2, but I haven't. Let's just put it this way: it's not fair for me to actually make that comment. I have played it, but to say that I've beaten it or gotten to a substantial part of the game, Jay. What's the longevity of that game? How long? What is the runtime on that?
Well, I mean, there's 3 chapters. So there's like chapters 1, 2, and 3. Each of those chapters will run you probably 8 to 10 hours.
Wow.
So, and then on top of that, there's Portal, and then there's Team Fortress on top of all that. So.
Yeah, I came very close to beating Portal. I got to the round before last, or the puzzle before last. So I did that. Team Fortress did not resonate with me at all. I just could care less about it, which is probably why I also could give 2 shits about Overwatch.
Damn, I was hoping that would be a shorter game.
Me too. I was shocked to hear that. I was like, when he said he's like 3 chapters, each of them, I thought he was going to say 2 to 3 hours each. I would have been like, okay, he's like 8 to 10 each. I'm like, yikes.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
I'll get to that almost never.
Yeah.
Right?
let me put that on my to-do list.
Put it on your bucket list so you can play it when you're 80.
Because I'm still in the Mafia 3. Like, I just, you know what I mean?
Listen, crap. Here I am. I gotta. It's just like I gotta sell. I'm not buying that game now. That game looks like it's a tragic mess. It's just an absolute mess.
I hadn't really had any major problems with it. There was a few slight ones, but I mean, I'm sure it'll
not
be
necessarily the technical issues. I'm hearing just the game itself is very, very, very repetitive for a game that's like that. GTA style, it can't be too repetitive. I heard it's just the same thing over and over. Like you, even the fight scenes, like you walk over, you sneak attack, you be very quiet. You know what I mean? Like it's just then you just stab a guy in the neck and you repeat that forever. Like I don't know. That sounds like I would get bored really quick. I mean, you tell me. You're the one playing it.
Well, I mean, so far so good. Like I'm not that far into it. Like I'm a handful of hours because again, Battlefield 1 came out. I'm into the Gears multiplayer like in a big way. I haven't even really had a time to do much on the Horde mode. Like I'm looking to go on that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hey, we got another call. MNC Mornings. How can we help you?
All right. Hey, Crap and Mooch. This is Robert from London, Ontario. I just wanted to have a question about season passes. Are they even worth it nowadays because of the content that you get? And the example I'm going to give is Gears of War 4.
Okay, so he wants to
He's
know.
Basically, saying season pass is worth your money, crap.
Well, the Gears of War one is weird, right? Because you don't need the season pass to play on the new maps that come out, right? But you do need the season pass if you want to play the new maps in a private lobby, which is odd to me, I guess. That is a little bit weird. I would have preferred it if Gears would have went this way that Halo did it, and just everybody can use the free matches or the free maps, even in the private. You know what I mean? Like that seemed like a whole.
I got a problem too with the and the only reason I was a part of the Play Early campaign on Gears 4 was because I bought the console. When you buy the Gears console, you're going to get the Ultimate Edition. I want to say shout out to Scratch. Scratch is in the chat, which I real honor to have.
He was on Crossfire. He was a cool dude.
Oh, was he? Well, when I'm running Crossfire, I don't get a chance to interact with the chat so much because I'm just trying to keep tabs on everything else. But yes, shout out to Scratch, who's an Xbox ambassador and an Xbox MVP. It's an honor to have him in the chat.
MVP. Oh, wow.
Absolutely. But, I think the 4 days for $99 thing that's a bit much to ask consumers. But, hey, listen, I got news for you. Like I said, if you want to buy it, it's not. No one's got a gun to your head. So
yeah. MNC Mornings, how can we help you?
Hiya Mooch, hiya Crap. This is Beedrew1111, the Welsh gamer. I have 2 questions. Just wanted to quickly ask. 1, did you both think you'd get as big as you are now in the YouTube community and in the gaming community when you'd started YouTube? And question number 2, when it comes to the Scorpio, do you think that the Xbox will ever get the praise it deserves for bringing 4K mainstream? Thank you very much for listening, guys.
Okay, well, with the YouTube thing, I don't really consider us big. I just consider us that we have, there's big YouTubers out there. Like, I don't know. When I think of big YouTubers, I don't know. For some reason, I think of people, I don't know if you've heard of them, but like Angry Video Game Nerd, like when you got millions of subscribers and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's big. I consider myself kind of a pissant. Sometimes, like, because we have really hot takes on stuff, we get a lot of people interested in what we have to say, which is awesome. So I don't really consider us to be huge YouTubers or anything like that, but it is cool to see that we can get a good reaction, or after E3 we could do a show and get 1,000 people watching live. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, that's phenomenal. And what was his second question?
Well, I want to address that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Crap. I want to say that I agree with what Crap said, and thank you for that compliment. That's a huge compliment. I also don't think of anywhere near a huge YouTuber, but I will say this much: this speaks to the audience. This speaks to the community. It's not about me. I was sitting in my house just watching what was going on, seeing how the gaming media was treating one side. The way the media should handle gaming is report the news and then let us as the consumer, we should be the ones discussing it. The problem was the media took a stance. Once I saw the media take a clear stance on Sony's side, that's when myself, and I'm sure a lot of you also feel like this is not fair. This is not right. This is not how things are supposed to go down. And that's why each of you has linked on to Zaire, Crap, myself, Tim Dog, K Mega, Showstopper. It goes down and down and down the list. Every single person that you guys know that you follow in the Xbox community. This is your voice. This is what this show is all about. And everybody that calls in, you're just as big of a YouTuber today and every Sunday morning as we are, or you think we are, because your voice matters just as much.
Exactly.
So I'm just say that.
And the calls matter. Like, thank you.
Absolutely.
MNC Mornings, welcome. How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, Witchcraft? This is Dan from Florida. I just have a quick question about the Nintendo Switch. What you guys think about it so far? I've been seeing a couple of negativity for it. Personally, I think it's okay. We just need to wait till more details come around. And one more thing about the PS4 being 8.4 teraflops, that means Scorpio is going to be a monster. And we're not doing 4K, we're doing 8K. That's all I have, guys.
Hey, apparently, awesome. He's also got the next generation of fans in the background.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so that's a future
young Mooch maniac.
Yes. Yeah, so I think that, look, I liked what Nintendo showed off. Their commercial, very appealing to me. I'm a little bit concerned about, like, the Joy-Con controllers. Like, when you turn them to the side, I got big hands, so that I'm going to have to use, like, the Pro controller with this thing. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like, for this thing, like, if they keep it $299, I'm good. Anything more than that, I think that they're asking for trouble, especially with the Pro at $399, and Scorpio is going to definitely have a $399 option. Lock that in. So I'm excited about it. I like Nintendo stuff. I have a Wii U. It's like Nintendo's weird with the stuff on YouTube. Like, you have to be a Nintendo person to monetize it, and like they make all the, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. They're very restrictive. I don't like that. So that's why I don't cover a lot of Nintendo stuff on YouTube, but I do like Nintendo games. I'm a big-time Nintendo person. I know, like, you had JKB on. He was probably surprised that I like Nintendo stuff.
Oh, you're his new. I think he's a huge fan of yours right now.
He followed me on Twitter after that. I was like, yeah. Well, the funny thing is this, right? Like, I have all the Nintendo consoles, like, in their boxes. Like, I've just, and they're mine, like, from growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I have all of it. So even though I'm an Xbox fan now, I still like Nintendo a lot, and I still like going back and playing Mario, and I still play, like, even the newer stuff. I like that stuff, and I'm excited for this. It's different. It's not going to be my multi-plat console. I'm not like, whatever. For me, it's just going to be something that I'm going to play in between stuff, or you know what I mean. And I'm hoping it has an achievement system, and it looks like it's going to have like a mic system and stuff like that. So. I'm very excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be cool.
I think Nintendo's doing the right thing right now for them. You have to call a spade, Crap. They're not going to come out and they're not going to have this all-powerful unit, right? They don't need to do that. Mario and Zelda are cartoony. They're not going to ever be like photorealism. You know what I mean? They're not going for that. So they don't need to do that. But the fact that now this with the new, what is it, Integra 2
it's
modified.
It's like a custom Integra 2. They're saying that it's gonna be able to do 1080p 60 on stuff. So
Right. And I mean, that's my point is this is all they needed to do. So now if they have the power of what the Xbox One and the PS4 are, even though those two companies are moving on with their new respected consoles, it's okay. It's really okay because the Xbox One S, as long as it can compete with something like an S or a PS4 Vanilla Pro, PS4 Vanilla, it's going to do just fine. And the portability thing is now done right. Yes, I agree with you. The controllers are too small. The Switch controllers that snap off the Joy-Cons, those don't really work. I'm going to be using a Pro controller. But I'm buying it day one. I'm buying it day one. I've already got the Wii U packed up. The only reason I haven't brought it back yet is I'm waiting to see. I don't think Nintendo does what Microsoft and Sony do, but I'm waiting to see if Nintendo really wants to push the Switch. If they'll say bring in your Wii U and you get $100 towards it or $75. Because right now I think the Wii U system's getting like 25 to 50. Is it 90?
Yeah, I think it's like 80 or 90 bucks. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can get 100. Maybe we get 100 or 125 with an incentive deal once they really start to push this. Once pricing comes out. But no, Nintendo did it right this time for themselves. I mean, does it work? If it works out, are they going to sell 50 million units? I don't know. I mean, it's too hard to tell.
I think, it's good to have the competition, though. You know what I mean? And something that's different. Like, for me, that's what it's all about. Hey, J Dubs, we got a voicemail. Let's see.
We do have a voicemail. We have a special one from Matty Beast.
Matty Beast.
Matty Beast. Beautiful.
Morning, MC Mornings. This is Matty Beast calling in. I got a quick question on the Nintendo Switch. So, at least for me, and I think a lot of other people, we've got the Xbox One S out, the PS4 Pro's coming. We're waiting on Scorpio next year. A lot of us are really embracing 4K technology. We're looking at buying new TVs, HDR, all those sorts of things. I was just wondering, how does the Nintendo Switch, how do you think that fits into the landscape of someone who's really adopting those technologies? I'm worried about how that will fit in with some of these other experiences that we'll be getting through 4K and HDR. Will it be that downgraded experience that maybe will get lost in the mix? Have a great show, just like always. And I'll hang up and listen. Take care.
All right, good stuff, Matty Beast. You know what? I think Nintendo has to do a really good marketing job with this and really explain it very well. They did a piss poor job explaining the Wii U. I thought it was I remember when I got it, I was like, this is a neat little console. But again, the 360 was still the thing, you know what I mean? Like, there was no Xbox One or anything like that. So I thought that the Wii U was a nice little console. Like, they seriously are lacking on online, and as far as like like voice chat, obviously, and no achievements and things like that. Those are things that should be standard. So I'm hoping they have a spot because, like I said, you need these companies competing. I like that Sony is competing so well. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. Microsoft is listening. They're doing what we asked them to do. They're bringing the backwards compatibility to the games that we asked them for.
They are.
They're doing everything that we asked. You can't really be mad at it. When I ask people now, I'm like, what in the world can you possibly have to be upset with Microsoft for at this particular point? You know what I mean?
That's the problem. Is now the haters aren't justified anymore. Now people are just. You can even see some of the haters that are in the chat. There's only a couple of them, but they're like, screw this, screw that. Scorpio's going to cost a fortune. They're just what they're doing now is they're just pulling straws. They're just trying to reach for something. They've got nothing now. The PlayStation has no games for the third Christmas. The PS Slim is a failure. The PS4 Pro is unknown. Nobody's talking about it. More people are talking about the S with the 4K TV than they are the Pro and the few extra teraflops they got with no software. It's just Sony's a mess right now. They messed up PSVR. And here we are talking about this entire show. Who cares about PSVR? Nobody. They're stacked up to the ceiling in the stores. Nobody's buying it. Nobody has one. It's only been out for a week or so commercially. But let's be honest. I don't know anyone that picked one up. Except for Doc Cupcake, but Doc got that deal. You take that deal away, Doc wouldn't have one right now. I love hardware talk, right? Crap. That's one of my things I really dig in the gaming. That they put so much hardware out into a 2-month span, they've completely clusterfucked their own their own agenda. The people are confused, and I hate to say that, but because they were like, well, now they thought Scorpio was going to confuse people with the S, or the S is confuse people with Scorpio. But this is a clusterfuck at Sony.
Yeah.
The Slim is a mess. Nobody's even talking about the Slim.
Oh, that thing was DOA. Hey, you know what? I'd like to get our producer's thought on the Switch real quick because we haven't heard from him
That's
yet.
right. Yeah.
Switch. All I can say is that the Pro Controller is exactly what Jay ordered. Main reason why I never played any of the current Nintendo consoles, such as the Wii U and the Wii, is because of the nunchucks and all that crap. Like even last generation's Pro Controller had the thumbsticks in the wrong positions, so it was there was no intrigue for me to go in and want to buy it. But now that they finally have taken the right steps, have the Pro Controller with the proper alignment for the thumbsticks, proper layout for buttons, I think it's going to be a day one buy for me.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's interesting because like I'm all about like just gaming, you know what I mean? And Nintendo does stuff that other people don't. Like that Zelda game looks good. That Mario game, if that is a true Mario game, it really looks interesting to me. Like a full-on like 3D Mario World type game like that looks like a really interesting thing. I of course love Mario Kart and stuff like. I'm weird. I like Animal Crossing a lot. Like that's something I don't really say a lot, but that's a real relax. You ever play a game that you just want to relax?
Yes. Well, I know what you mean, but I haven't done that, and I don't think the last time I played a game that I actually relaxed and had a good time, like you're speaking of, was Full House Poker on the 360, where you could be your avatar at a game table. Yeah. I mean, listen, I like to talk. There's no hiding that, right? I mean, that game for me was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I used to sit there. Everyone at the table would be bullshitting. Everyone would be having a drink. People would just be talking. We'd be talking cards. And it was just like you were at like Vegas. People would be bullshitting about their problems at the table. It was really an insane thing. I asked Mikey Barr all the time, like, please bring back Full House Poker. Bring that back with the avatar. I don't want to just put a picture up of, you know what I mean? I don't like these new ones that are out. I don't like any of the poker games that are out. I want Full House Poker back in the worst way. Yeah, I don't know. That's me, though. I'm just that's one of my nostalgia things from last gen that I think is so easy for Microsoft to bring back, and yet they're not. I don't know. There's got to be something going on with the tie-ins with the other poker companies. You know, the other games.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, like a lot of people are like, why doesn't Microsoft bring back this game? And I'm like, well, if that game has a lot of like music or something that they had to get rights to, then there's going to be issues with that. You know what I mean? So I think that people don't understand that. It's not like Microsoft doesn't want these games to go backwards compatible. Sometimes these deals and stuff go up or whatever. So that's basically what happens.
I think, crap, I got a code here from a fan. Shout out to his name's, I only know him as Craig. But he did give me a code for, I believe, Fallout 3 back compat.
Oh, okay.
I've got that to just throw out there if anybody wants it.
Yeah, just call in MC Space Mornings. Just say you want it, and you'll get it.
And I'm trying to remember if we used that last third. I think we did, didn't we? We used all three of the $10 gift cards.
I think we did. I have like somebody gave me an EA Access 1 month card, but I'm having trouble finding it. I can't remember if they gave it to me on DM. On Twitter, or if they gave it to me on Xbox Live. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking into that. Maybe I'll find it in time for next week or something like that. But yeah, some people gave me stuff, man, and I'm just like, I'm trying to look. I've been looking for it this entire time, and I can't find it. Like I get 100 messages a day on Xbox Live, right? And so it's difficult to kind of track everything down.
Hey, another week, another Free Code Friday non-victory for the Mooch. Just want to keep everybody tallied.
He didn't give one away, though.
Would it matter, though?
Yeah, I know. Hey, we got a caller. Maybe this caller wants to win.
Well, we are a winner if we get callers, crap.
Yes. MNC Mornings. Hello.
Hi, yo. Just want to give you guys a little bit of love. This is D-Mac, man. One quick question about IGN. I had a conversation on Twitter about somebody claiming that IGN is pro Xbox. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, right.
Hold on. IGN Pro Xbox.
Yeah. Which IGN? Holy shit. Is that IGN Nigeria or IGN like Italy? Like, I don't know which IGN. Not the one in California. That's for damn sure.
Hey, real quick. I don't know if he's watching, but ZPI Assassin from Four Guys, I think it's his birthday today.
Oh, all right, nice.
Yeah,
Shout out to Assassins.
Yeah, he's knock knock.
Who's there?
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 who?
Titanfall 2 is the best game ever. That's the joke. Yes.
Nice.
Happy
Very
birthday.
nice.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Assassin.
I used his joke on Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PC Master Race as well.
Yeah, it was great. I actually did 4 Guys with Quarters this past week, and Assassin's great because, see, I'm used to reading Assassin on Twitter and in the chat, and he is extremely vocal on Twitter and the chat. He does not let up. I mean, he'll write a paragraph, or he'll go to 140 characters easy on Twitter. And then when I'm on 4 Guys, Inferno was like, hey, Assassin, what's your take on this whole thing? Are you going to be purchasing this item? And he was like, no.
No.
It was like, I was like, that is all. Since I know him at this point, I think his one-word answers are Pulitzer. I think he should never change his methods. Shout out to the Assassin. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Yeah, that's great. That's very cool. Very cool. Where was I? Oh, IGN. So I think IGN is so anti-Xbox that I think that what's his face there? What's that guy's name? Shaggy. What's his name?
McCaffrey.
I think McCaffrey's office is on the roof. They actually put him out there. They don't get much rain out there, so they figured it would be so bad.
100-foot robot golf on the PlayStation VR.
He did?
He gave it a 5.
Bravo to him. Then that's awesome. That's very cool.
So he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty bad."
The whole thing. Listen, and a lot of people say, referring back to JKB. JKB was actually, both people kind of loosened their stance on Crossfire. Crap said that he understood the experience model, and JKB also said that he kind of agrees now that time has passed that it's just not there yet. It's there for certain people, but it's just not there yet for the masses.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with PSVR right now. It's an overpriced middle to low grade experience. And I'm sorry, that's not enough for anybody in Canada to plunk down 700 or 500 here in the States. And we have a caller. So we'll definitely take that caller. I think this caller should win that Fallout.
Hey, morning, guys. Well, afternoon, guys. How you guys doing? I'm calling from the Virgin Islands, actually, in the Caribbean. Just wanted to tell you guys, keep up the good work. Happy to have some pro Xbox channels out there. We do our own little podcast sometimes. We had Tim Dog on. That was pretty fun. I think we follow each other on Xbox Live. I think we've had a few conversations, but like I said, keep up the good work. I'm with crap on the whole Nintendo Switch thing. I was thinking of getting a Pro, but screw that, I ain't getting no damn Pro. So like I said, you guys keep up the good work, and we all know what's coming next year.
Very cool,
All right, man. It's always nice to hear from people from other places. You know what I mean? Like,
it really is, and the fact that they actually listen to the show is massive. Crap, that call right there, especially since we're only going to be live for the 15, 20 minutes. That call right there is what keeps me so motivated to keep going in podcasting.
Yeah. Jay, do we have another voicemail? I would love to hear it.
We have one from Brian O'Connor.
Brian O'Connor, isn't he the guy that died in Fast and the Furious?
I have no idea.
Okay, that was a joke. Let's go. That's the joke.
That's the joke.
Okay, you guys going to be quiet for 5 seconds?
Yes.
It's hard to do.
I've heard about Microsoft offering a trade-in program when Scorpio comes out to trade in the Xbox One towards a new console. Let me know if you've heard anything about that. Thanks.
Wow, all that suspense for that, huh?
Thanks, Jay. Jay Dubs is like, keep it down so I can let this guy speak for a minute.
He sounded like he took some Valium before he called in.
That's great. No, he's saying basically, the whole spiel we were saying before, buy an S now and then trade in. Do we have any information on that? No, it's way too early for that. But if you were getting $150 for your Xbox Fat day one, I just using simple logic would understand that you'd at least get $150 for your S on the trade-in day one. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, look, they're going to give away. There's going to be all kinds of trade-ins. Best Buy, GameStop. That's just what they do. You know what I mean? Trade in, get an extra 10% when you trade in, or 50%. You know what I mean? Like they'll do that.
Well, listen, I want to throw a curveball out to the audience. I say this all the time. If you want that trade-in thing, is definitely the way to go if you're trying to watch your P's and Q's as far as your money's concerned. But I had a long conversation about a month or so ago back with Matty Beast, and he was like, Mooch, before you get so excited to just go and return your Xbox One S for a Scorpio, he's like, the S is going to be a great console to just go. You can go buy a $350 or $400 monitor that's 4K HDR, like kick ass. It's like 33, 38 inches. And you can go get that and put that Xbox One S somewhere else in your home and just like play anywhere shit. You know what I mean? So you can go from your Scorpio to your S. You know what I mean? Like your games are all going to be on there. You can just go to another room and jam out and still enjoy your 4K upscaling on the S. Like, it's not a bad idea to also think about and it's a 4K Blu-ray player, so you may want to put it in your bedroom or something like that. You know what I mean? Because, listen, in another 12 months, we're all going to have 4K TVs all over the house. They're affordable, and it's just the buzzword. You walk into Best Buy right now, and they're like, hi, how can I help you? And you're like, I'm here to buy a TV. And they're like, 4K? And if you were going to say 1080p, they're like, 1080p customers are like, what do you mean 4K? Aren't those really expensive? They're going to be like, no, they're not. They're like $800, $700. And these people that are buying TVs are going to buy TVs for the next 8 to 10 years, maybe, keeping a TV. So getting on board with a 4K TV now that's $800 that'll last you anywhere from 5 to 10 years, it's worth your money.
Absolutely. And we got a M&C Mornings caller. M&C Mornings, how can we help you?
Yeah. Hi.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon.
I like what you're doing, but is there like I have an issue with maybe you could talk about the Xbox enforcement group, because they've been doing stuff about like people saying swears and cheating. Maybe you could talk about that.
The enforcement group is his problem. He's having an issue with the enforcement group, I guess.
Who the hell's the enforcement group?
Like, that's the group on Xbox Live. Like, if somebody complains or whatever, they they like enforce it. But like, I don't know. Like, for me, I've never really had a problem. I've never had any kind of trouble with Xbox Live.
Either.
So yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. You mean that's the reputation program?
Yeah, like, I guess if you like, say somebody sends you a message and they're like cussing at you and stuff, you can report that and then they investigate it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the problem. Like, people send stuff without realizing that Microsoft will look at what they sent if the other person reports them, and then if they send something bad, you're gonna get in trouble for it. You know what I mean? Like, I never send stuff back to people that talk trash. So.
Well, I mean, I got news for you. I have no problem with the enforcement doing what they're doing. I didn't even know I mean, hypothetically, do I know that there's always a security system in place? Yes. However, I've never even heard of them in that light. Not to say that I'm not aware, but yeah, I just, act and know your role, people. That goes for everything.
Yeah.
I have no issues. When I get on the game, man, I'm going on that console to have a good time. I'm not going on there to bother anybody. And that's the way you should look at it.
Exactly. I'm like usually in a party chat or whatever anyway, so it's like that stuff doesn't bother me. Don't be a douche and nothing bad will happen.
Well, I mean, the kid that called in, to be honest with you, he's probably had a run-in or two with them, but he also sounds like a real peach.
Yeah. MC Mornings, how can we help you? Our callers are all peaches.
Well, hey guys, this is Will from New York. Will SNCZ on Xbox Live. Keep up the good work on your podcast. I'm loving it. Anyway, I just wanted to address some things you guys talked about. On the subject of why the PS4 was such a big success, I mean, it's mainly because it was cheaper than the original Xbox One, and it was higher powered machine, on top of having a more indie friendly direction, and the traditional Japanese support. However, I do think the Xbox is definitely giving it a run for its money now with all the great new features and exclusives. And just the second thing I want to mention is also speak on the importance of Japanese developers. I think the Xbox division should try to bring in more of their games to the console, because they offer the kind of variety you typically don't get from like Xbox franchises, such as like RPGs, action RPGs, games, niche stuff that you only get from indies. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that stuff. Thanks again for having me on, and keep up the great work.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for calling in.
So his question is about bringing over more JRPGs?
I think so. He was just I believe that's what he was trying to hint at.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's what he was getting at. My whole point is this. you got to understand when you go to you don't walk into a hamburger joint and look for the vegan menu. You know, I mean, when you're on Xbox, it's unfortunately it's not a JRPG console. Does that mean there aren't any there for you? No, there's plenty there. Is there as many as you want? Well, that's up to the individual. I can't speak for everybody. But to say that, you could see that Phil's trying to keep his ties with Japanese developers very, very tight and leave the door open and let people in and let them kind of have their freedom on the console. You know, it is what it is, crap. I just myself personally don't think that you're going to see a whole lot of JRPGs coming on Xbox One.
Yeah,
except for the new
Dragon.
one. Kawasaki Dragon 17 is one of my personal favorites.
Well, yeah, you know, look, I gotta agree with you. You know, like I realize that there is that particular niche group of people that do, and they do. Like, isn't that like those Souls games are kind of Japanese-ish?
Yeah, but they're not JRPG.
Yeah, trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, I guess that's what's best about being able to buy multiple consoles. You know.
I mean, if that's your thing. I mean, the other thing is, tell me this. I'll ask the question back to that caller real quick, and it's rhetorical question. But you know, well, which games can I go buy on PlayStation that are made by PlayStation first party that are all great shooters?
Well, we do know that The Last Guardian went gold, so there's that. I know you're going to be lined up to grab that.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know what? That would be a great night to just grab like a recorder and just look at the people at the non amount of people in line at that fucking midnight launch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be nobody there.
There's not going to be a midnight launch for that game. Let's be real.
No, and if there are, it's just going to be for the management that wanted to do it and get their own copy and go home.
Yeah.
I don't know. Myself personally, Sony's in a lot of trouble. But you know, getting back to the question that they at hand, what Sony game, what PlayStation game, if I'm a shooter fan, a first-person shooter, do I look forward to playing on their first party? None. What? Killzone? Get out of here. That game's terrible.
It is. It's awful. It's even the multiplayer is awful.
I'm looking forward to trying out because I have a PS4 and all I've played it is Uncharted on it. I'm gonna get Horizon Event Dawn or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever.
Just get ready, everybody. Just get ready, everybody. That game is gonna put you into a certified coma. I promise you. This is the 4th or 5th major showing of it that they've put out on YouTube. Right, the commercial came out this past week. Crap, another one.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you, some of the fighting with the electric bow and arrow, okay, fine. It looks decent. It does. It looks decent. Does the backdrops look good? Yes, it looks decent. But they're trying to tell the story of who this girl is and what's going on. And I still have no idea what Guerrilla Games is talking about. Just like every Guerrilla Games, you have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm hoping they actually have some kind of decent story in this game.
No,
you know what I mean?
No. I'm already debunking it. Crap, it's going to be terrible. The story's going to be terrible. And the other thing that's going to be terrible is between all those really cool fight scenes we're seeing is going to be a whole lot of nothing. Just walking around don't get me wrong. Just like Uncharted did. When you're walking from point A to point B, it's going to be a beautiful backdrop. That's the one thing Sony does that Microsoft doesn't. Like, Recore could have kept everything the same, but that outside exterior part of the planet, they should have made that as beautiful as possible when you walked from A to B, and you would have gotten a completely different point of view from the reviews and from the community. But that's what they do.
Did you see this? There's a WCCF Tech just tweeted out you need an Xbox One S and a 55-inch Samsung Smart 4K Ultra HD TV for $850.
Wow.
So that's
I'm telling you, too, people, not only go by what Crap just said, but if you go to your local Best Buy, basically buying a 4K, I don't know if it's 4K or 1080p, any TV you buy over a certain threshold price point, you get a free Xbox One S.
So to this is $850. You get a 55-inch Samsung Smart 4K Ultra HD TV and an Xbox One Battlefield bundle console. So for $850, that's a hell of a deal in my opinion. So
it really is. I mean, you're going to see.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, you're going to see more and more of this come out. But you know, Crap, I just wanted to add one more line to my Horizon prediction. Is that's going to be a game that will be known as Horizon Sparse Dawn. Because between each big battle you have that is really cool is a whole lot of sparse. There's going to be nothing. You can see that it's an empty canvas. It's just a big fight.
It's like Infamous, right? Like that game. looks good, but then when you go, like, here's the thing, like when you're just going around the city, there's some people out, but then when there's action or enemies, there's no people out in the city. They like just disappear or whatever.
Yeah, there's just nothing. There's absolutely nothing, and that's the same thing with this event. Now that we're getting closer, guys. It's almost November, and this game comes out in February. So it's not like you're like, well, Mooch, it's not done yet. No, it's pretty much done. And you see her fighting this big thing or this thing that looks like a lion or it looks like a snagglepuss, and it's got electrical like wires hanging out of it. And don't get me wrong, the fight scene that they show is decent, but there's nothing going on around it, crap. It's just an empty environment. It's just grass and trees and mountains. And I'm just saying, this is something that Sony does very well. They work really hard on art design and very, very, very weak on gameplay and game. And that's the other thing, game mechanics. I think Uncharted's mechanics are very lackluster, and I think that Guerrilla Games has an awful first-person shooter, and I can't imagine how this third-person thing's going to turn out.
That's one of the games that I am interested in, though. So like,
I'm interested. I'll be buying it day one because I'd like to use my PlayStation 4 again, besides just using it for a Blu-ray movie.
You got to dust it off, yeah.
I try to do that.
J-Dubs, I know you wanted to explain to people how the voicemail thing works now, because the Skype voicemails don't work exactly how they used to. So can you explain to people how they work now?
Sure. So what's going on is Skype has been discontinuing their voicemail service, and it's been happening slowly. They've been upgrading their software. They've got a new version out that actually is a downgraded version to the Skype that we're all used to. And the old version, even though the options are there for voicemail, they've eliminated that. So we're trying to come up with different ways for people to send in voicemails. And I have a little public service announcement here I'd like to play for people who are unsure of what they can do if they have an iPhone. So if we all like to just sit and watch, here we go. Hey guys, it's Jay Williams, the Graphic God, here to give you a quick tutorial on how to send voice messages to MC Mornings. We've been having a lot of issues with Skype lately. Skype is changing their policies and no longer allowing voicemails. So this is an alternate way to send a voicemail through iPhone. Every iPhone comes with its own voice memo app. Mine is located under Extras. Choose Voice Memos. You can then choose the record button, record your message, click stop, choose done, give it a name. For our purposes, it would be really helpful if you named it after your own name. Save it. Then choose the recording you just made. Choose the share button to the far left. Then pick mail as your option. And email it to mcmornings@gmail.com. Then send. We'll be back soon with another tutorial on how to do this on Android. Thanks for watching.
Nice tutorial, Jay.
Very, very good. Very clean, very clear. That's easy, folks. That's easy to do. And that may seem like it's extra steps, but what's nice about that versus just calling in is you call in, you go, oh, I didn't really want to leave that message. Now you can actually take time and make your message 110% what you wanted it to say, how you wanted it to say, and then you can email it to Jay, and that's what will hit the airwaves. So,
exactly. And there are ways you can do it with Android phones. We're working on a tutorial for that right now. It's just as easy. This way, like you said, Mooch, people can do their voice message, and if they're not happy with it, they can record it as many times as they want, get exactly what they want in it. They can even spice it up, put some music behind them if they want.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. As long as it's not copyrighted music.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't
be
send.
careful with that.
Yeah, don't send. In fact, don't do any music. Just nix that idea altogether.
Yeah.
No copyrighted music.
Yeah, 'cause we can't do that on air.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We're at the 2-hour mark. Mooch and everybody and Jay have stuff to do today. We're gonna do BGST tonight at 7 on Zaire's channel.
Yes,
so
sir.
Look forward to that because we're gonna have you guys out by the time Walking Dead starts. I promise. And Jay, do you want to start playing our outro real quick?
Great. Thanks for everybody.
Yes.
Thanks, guys, and make sure you check out Crossfire. We had JKB and a star-studded lineup.
Hit that
Great
like
show.
button too, man. 300 people. We better get the 300 likes. You sons of bitches. Seriously.
Enjoy your Sunday in NFL.
Yes.